Hello everyone, welcome to your online class. During this video you will learn about verbs in the subjunctive. Before we start, I want to remind you guys that before 3 p.m. you have to submit all your activities. The activities that you must submit in order to get your complete grade of the day are 1 page of your student's book, 1 page of your workbook, your 150 words journal, and your participation on the photo. Make sure you watch all the video because I will be giving instructions to each activity. Grammar notes. The subjunctive is used in noun clause that follows certain verbs and expressions that stress the importance of something. For example, demand, recommend, suggest, it is crucial, it is imperative. Consumer groups demand that children's advertising follow certain rules. It is imperative that ads be honest. The subjunctive uses the base form of the verb. In a negative sentence, not precedes the base form of the verb. The parents insist that the children not watch television at all. The passive form of the subjunctive is formed with be plus past participle. The company demanded that the commercial be pulled from television after the public outcry. Here you have an example. It is important that an ad make a product seem useful. Read the sentence aloud and identify the verbs. I will give you some time. Okay, now I need you guys to underline the noun clause. Okay, the noun clause is that an ad make a product seem useful. What is unusual about make in this sentence? I will give you some time to think about it. Okay, what is unusual in this sentence? It is its base form, because make, it is in the subjunctive. Okay, let's continue. We will read the grammar box on page 67. Let's start. Ready? Okay. Certain expressions and verbs such as demand, insist, propose, recommend, request, and suggest are followed by the subjunctive. The subjunctive uses the base form of the verb. It is generally used in formal language to express a wish or necessity. For examples, I think consumers need to insist that advertisements be truthful in every respect. And we have the second one. Some ads seem to demand that the customer buy the product. These expressions are frequently followed by the subjunctive. It is crucial, it is essential, it is imperative, it is vital, it is important, it is critical. I believe it is essential that an ad be clever and witty in order to be effective. Now I need you guys to look at the starting point again on page 66 and tell me which opinion doesn't use the subjunctive. I will give you some time so you can read them, and then I will ask you for the answer. Okay, the answer in this case is, it seems to me that a good ad is a memorable ad, one that sticks in your head. That will be the answer for this activity. On activity B of your student's book, page 67, we'll use verbs followed by the subjunctive instead of a should or must to rewrite these sentences without changing the meaning. For example, we have, companies should advertise more to increase sales. In parentheses, you have two words. One is I and the second is suggest. You will use those words to rewrite the sentences. In this case, the sentence will be, I suggest that companies advertise more to increase sales. I need you guys to write this activity on your notebook. Remember to write the title, your name, and date. In this case, the title will be verbs in the subjunctive. On activity C, you will use the verbs and expressions from the box that is below of your page 67, and you will give those people an advice on their problems. Those advices will be written on your notebook, okay? Now that you have completed a student's book, we will go to your workbook. Okay, go to your workbook, page 46. Ready? Okay. On activity 1, what you will do is read the email from a customer to the manager of a supermarket. Then you will underline the subjunctive verbs. For activity 2, you will use the verbs in parentheses to rewrite each sentence using the subjunctive. For example, people should learn how to block offensive ads on their devices. And we have in parentheses, it is important. You will use it to answer it. And the answer it is important that people learn how to block offensive ads on their devices. Okay? And for activity 3, you will complete the sentences using your own ideas. For example, if you are suspicious about an ad for a product, I suggest that, and then you will write your own idea. In this case, the example is, I suggest that you go online and read some reviews of the product. The next activity that you will do is your journal. On your notebook, you will write a journal of 150 words. And the question is, in your opinion, what do you think makes a good advertisement? I need you guys to explain your answer. Now I would like to make a review of everything that we have seen in this video. As I mentioned before, the subjunctive mood, it is used to express important, urgency, recommendations, requirements, suggestions, wishes, or desires. The subjunctive mood, it is used to express actions, conditions, or situations that are unreal, imaginary, or hypothetical. The subjunctive, it is usually found in complex sentences. Placing verbs in the subjunctive mood, the verb in the main clause may be in any tense. Also, the verb in the subordinate clause must be placed in the present plural tense or in its base form. As you can see in the example we have, he wished that he could speak English fluency. In this case, the main clause is he wished, and the subordinate clause is speak. The second example that we have is, my father hopes that I go to college. In this sentence, the main clause is my father hopes, and the subordinate clause is go. Once you finish with your student's book, workbook, and journal, go to your platform and answer the forum. The question for the forum is: what types of products or services are typically advertised on the radio? Do you think the radio is an effective advertising medium? Please answer the forum. Then your homework is Grammar Plus, page 121 on your student's book, okay? And remember that you have to complete all the activities in order to get your complete grade of the day. You must submit all your activities before 3 p.m. How? Well, you will send me a message to my LBS platform. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will be online from 7 to 3 p.m. Monday to Friday. Bye.